This video is designed to provide a basic introduction to customizing the FYE provided content in your Global Citizens course. It's not a general orientation to Folio, but there are such resources linked directly from your My Folio page, and it's here. It's the Folio Faculty Learning Center. This is what that resource looks like, and I'd like to highlight specifically the handouts. This is what they look like. Here you can find information about pretty much anything you need to do in Folio. Okay, so back to Folio now, and I'm going to log in to my personal section of this course. One thing that you may wish to do is to make one of the 17 modules currently hidden visible to your students, and this is very easy. You do it through the Edit Course and then the Course Builder menus. And what you do is you locate a module that you would like to use. So let's say we would like to use the Symbols of Identity module. You locate it and you just drag it up from the hidden part of the content into this modules folder, which is visible to students. And then quickly, if you'd like to see what this looks like from a student perspective, you can go in and click on the modules, and then the Symbols of Identity module is now visible to students. Okay, back to instructor view. One other thing that you may want to do is to modify the modules as FYE has created them. And this is also fairly easy to do. Say that you're interested in using this module, but you'd like to make some small changes. And what you do here is you go down to the bottom, you hit this Edit HTML page, and you're actually not actively editing the HTML content. You can just make a small change to an individual word or wholesale changes if you like, and then hit this Update button. So it's very easy to do. Now let's turn to assessments. There are associated assignments for each of the modules, and if you watched the last video you saw that there's this resource on the FYE website. It's also linked from Folio itself in the hidden folder, but you see that for every module there are associated assessments, and this is the easiest way for you to tell which assessments work with which modules. Once you've made a decision that you want to use an assignment, you'll need to take 3 steps, and really you don't have to do them in any particular order, but this is what you'll do. You'll need to make the assignment visible, and then you'll need to create a gradebook item for it if you want to grade it, and set a due date. Most faculty do want to have due dates for the things that they assign in Folio. So let's take a look at each of these, and we'll start with, go back to Folio, and start with what this looks like for a drop box. So say you want to use this, what is a Global Citizen assignment? You can click on the arrow and go directly to Edit. All right, and so remember the 3 things that you'll need to do are to create a grade item is one of them, and this is on this tab. You'll create this grade item, fill in all this information, and then simply hit Save at the bottom. All right, I'm not actually going to do that here. So that's the grade item, and then on the Restrictions tab, you'll set either a due date or an end date. The difference here is that due dates will allow students to submit things afterwards, and end date is that students can't submit at all afterwards. And then finally, you'll have to, and importantly, you'll have to change this toggle button to allow users with special access to submit files and not list anyone in particular. This is not particularly intuitive, but it's this step that makes something visible. And just again to show you what that looks like, I'm going to switch to student view and go directly into that Dropbox, and you'll now see that this assignment is available. They did not save a due date, but it is now visible to students who were to select it. All right, back to instructor view, and we'll take a look at what quizzes look like. We're going to do the same steps, although they look slightly different. We're going to open it up and edit the quiz. All right. You're really going to restrictions first, and you're toggling from inactive to active. That's a little bit more intuitive to me than it is for Dropboxes. And you set your due dates here. Okay. You create a gradebook item by going to the Assessments tab, and the Assessments tab enables you to add that grade item here. Okay. So I'm going to cancel out of this now, and then finally I'll show you what it looks like for discussions. Now discussions are same concept again, but also a little bit different. You'll go into the individual topic. In this first screen is where you'll see how to make it visible. You either make it visible always or only in certain dates. Okay, and then you'd save that information, and then you can create your assessment gradebook item through the assessment tab right here. So that's really it. If you need help with any of this, let us know in FYE. You can either email us or you can complete the form on the FYE page. If I could back up a little bit and show you what that looks like. We have a form on our website which will allow you to ask for some assistance in customizing your Global Citizens course. Thank you again for teaching Global Citizens.